Good morning, guys. In today's class, we'll learn about three-phase induction motors. We'll start with what is the advantage and disadvantage of the induction motor. The advantage of induction motor, its cost is low. It has very simple, a very robust and rugged, practically unbreakable construction. It is very it is very reliable, it is highly efficient, it has a fairly good power factor, its maintenance requires minimum of attention, so does not need to be synchronized. Disadvantages, it is essentially a constant speed motor and the speed cannot be varied easily. Its speed reduces to some extent with increase in load, as in the case of the DC shunt motor. It has a somewhat lesser starting torque as compared with the DC shunt motor. The classification. The induction motor can be classified into two types based on the rotor construction. One is squirrel cage induction motor and the another one is slip ring induction motor. So for a AC motor, we will call it as a induction motor. So we'll see the construction of the squirrel cage in the phase wound induction motor. So as you have seen, as a DC machine or the AC machine, it consists of two major parts, stator and the rotor, or you can say the armature and the field winding. So whenever a coil is rotated inside the magnetic field, EMF will be induced. A current carrying conductor is placed inside the magnetic field, the conductor experiences a twisting force which makes it to rotate. This is the mechanism for the motor. So here you can have either the stator as the stationary or the rotor like armature as the stationary or the what field system as the stationary. Any one case is possible. Construction of a induction motor. So in stator, it is the stationary part of the motor supporting the entire motor assembly. The outer frame is made up of a single piece of a cast iron in case of a smaller machines. In case of larger machines, they are fabricated in sections of steel and bolted together. The core is made of thin laminations of silicon steel and flash enamel to reduce the eddy current and hysteresis loss, as you can see. You saw in the other construction like DC generator construction or the synchronous generator construction. The conductors insulated from each other and are placed in these slots and are connected to form a balanced three-phase star or the delta connected to the stator circuit. Here the armature is the stator. So it is constructed in such a way that the conductors are insulated from each other. They're placed in these slots and are connected to form a balanced three-phase star and delta connected stator circuit. Depending on the desired speed of the stator winding is wound the required number of poles. Greater the speed, lesser is the number of poles. The rotor. The rotor is the rotating part of the motor. The following are the two types of the rotors employed in a three-phase induction motor. One is squirrel cage induction motor. Another one is phase wound slip ring induction motor. So we'll see one by one squirrel cage as well as slip ring, the construction wise, the working mechanism, everything one by one here. Squirrel cage and the slip ring. First we'll start with the squirrel cage induction motor. The diagram is shown here. The rotor, So the squirrel cage rotor motors with this type of rotor are known as squirrel cage induction motors. Phase wound are the wound motor. Motors with this type of rotors known as phase wound motors. Wound motors are the slip ring motors. In the squirrel cage motor, the squirrel cage rotors are widely used because of their ruggedness. Because of the robust ruggedness of this characteristics, it is widely used. The rotor consists of a hollow insulated core as shown in the diagram with parallel slots provided on the outer periphery. The rotor conductors are solid bars of the copper aluminum are their alloys. The bars are inserted from the ends into the closed slots and are braced to thick short circuited end rings. You can see end rings are shown in the diagram. This sort of construction resembles a squirrel cage, hence the name squirrel cage. Based on the appearance of this construction of the rotor, it is called as squirrel cage induction motor. The rotor conductors are being permanently short circuited prevent the addition of any external resistance to the rotor circuit to improve the inherent low starting torque. The rotor bars are not placed parallel to each other but are slightly skewed, which reduces the magnetic hum and prevents gogging of the rotor and the stator teeth. This is the diagram for the squirrel cage. The rotor end ring is shown at the end here. Next one is phase wound. The rotor in case of a phase wound or a slip ring, it is also called as a slip ring, either the phase wound or the slip ring. It has a three-phase double layer distributed winding made up of coils similar to that of an alternator. The rotor winding is usually star connected and is wound to the number of stator poles. The terminals are brought out and connected to three slip rings mounted on the rotor shaft with the brushes resting on the slip rings. The brushes are externally connected to star connected rheostat in case a highest starting torque and the modification of the speed torque characteristics are required. Under the normal running conditions, all the slip rings are automatically short circuited by a metal collar provided on the shaft, and the condition is similar to that of a cage rotor. Provision is made to lift the brushes to reduce the frictional loss. The slip ring and the enclosure are made of phosphor bronze. Here the slip ring induction motor construction is shown here. Star connected starting resistance is also here, the stator winding and the rotor winding. In both the type of the motors, the shaft bearings, that is ball and the roller, are designed for the trouble-free operation. Fans are provided on the shaft for the effective circulation of air. The insulated, that is mica and varnish stator. The insulator stator and the rotor windings are rightly braced to withstand the short circuit forces and heavy centrifugal forces respectively. Care is taken to maintain the uniform air gap between the stator and the rotor. Comparison of when you compare the squirrel cage and the slip ring, the squirrel cage rotor has the following advantage: it is rugged in construction and economical, has a slightly higher efficiency and better power factor than the slip ring. The absence of the slip rings and brushes eliminate the risk of sparking, which helps in a totally enclosed fan cooled construction. The advantage of slip ring: the starting torque is much higher and the starting current much lower when compared with to a cage motor. With the inclusion of external resistance, the speed can be varied by means of the solid state switching. Why the rotating magnetic field for a three-phase induction motor? Production of a three-phase rotating magnetic field. Consider a three-phase induction motor whose stator winding manually displaced from each other by 120 degree, connected in delta and energized by a three-phase supply. So the stator winding, it is energized by a three-phase supply. The currents flowing in each phase will set up a flux in respective phases as shown here. As it is placed 120 degree apart, you can see there will be in 360 degree there will be three waveforms with 120 degree displacement for each one as shown in the phase sequence. So the corresponding phase fluxes can be represented by the following equation. Phi is equal to phi m sin omega t, that is phi m sin 6, or phi m sin omega t minus 120, or 6 minus 120, or omega t by minus 240, or 6 minus 240. The resultant flux at any instant is given by the vector sum of the flux in each of the phases. When phi is equal to 0 from the flux waveform diagram, we have theta is equal to 0 degree. So when phi r is equal to 0, phi 2 is equal to phi m sin minus 120. So it is minus root 3 by 2 phi m, or phi b is equal to phi m sin minus 240. So root 3 by 2 into phi m. The resultant flux phi r is given by 2 into root 3 by 2 phi m cos 30, it is 1.5 phi m. So similarly phi b can be calculated phi y and phi x. When theta is equal to 60 degree, phi r is equal to root 3 by 2 phi m, phi y is equal to minus root 3 by 2, similarly phi b is equal to 0. So the phasor diagram can be drawn accordingly. Phi t can be calculated as 1.5 phi n. Sudden flux at theta is equal to 60 degree. Here it is drawn for resultant flux at theta is equal to 120 degree. When theta is equal to 190 degree, phi r is equal to 0, phi y is equal to root 3 by 2 phi m, phi b is equal to minus root 3 by 2 phi. So resultant flux at theta is equal to 180 degree. The principle and the operation of a three-phase induction motor. Consider a three-phase stator winding energized from a three-phase supply. As explained, a rotating magnetic field produces the running at asynchronous speed ns, which is given as 120 f by p, where f is the supply frequency, n is equal to number of stator poles. See the construction, the cross-section view is shown